Get this going, guys. 1 second. Just make sure I got everything booted. There we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing today? Hope all is well. Hopefully the audio is okay. Let me know if there are any issues. I may have bumped my headphone output. Sounds a little low, but I'm not sure. Hopefully it's that. It's not anything else. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well today. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Haven't seen any of you guys since Friday. See Team Sunlight leader Nebby, Shy, Jesse, and Vanillix. What's up? Music's overpowering me? Okay. Is that better? Like that? Or still higher? How's that? Is that too loud? Is that okay? Let me know. Hit your Super Mario World game last night in an accident and it ran the code to erase all data. Oh no! Better. Good. Good. Yeah, I moved my amp into a place where I can't hit it on accident, but I obviously was bumping it in the process. The knobs are super, super sensitive. Also, 1 second real quick. I'm going to pause this. My my thermostat is still set to heat, and I need it set to cool while I'm in here. So 1 second, guys. 1 second while I get that sorted out. And then we'll be back and we'll be streaming for good. All right. Sorry about that. I just noticed it was a little toasty in here, and it wasn't cooling down. Aiden, welcome to the stream. I need a Mewtwo Zack Sentry. You're having bad luck shiny outing it. Oh no! Hopefully you find it soon. But yeah, so audio levels are good now. Just overall, or is anything too high, too low? Let me know. Also, my hair did something stupid there. I'm trying to figure. It's just that weirdness of having worn a hat. Alright, there we go. Now we good. Here just finishing comp Overwatch games. Nice. Best of luck with that. But yeah, so we have a chain built up, guys. We have a chain built for Dratini. We actually managed to complete a chain today. Hey, what's going on, Mayu? Welcome to the stream. Right now you're grinding 1-ups and cape feathers until you're ready for the Choco Ghost House. Best of luck. Yeah, sorry about the stream starting a couple minutes late. I'm not too late. I've been later before. See the Facebook at a global outage? Yeah, I saw it. It literally didn't affect me at all. I had no clue that it was a thing until the memes, but yeah, they had I guess literally everything that they own went down. You remembered? I did. How many shinies now that we're not Dratini? Still four. We didn't find anything on Friday, and we didn't stream Saturday or yesterday. Yeah, Saturday I planned on streaming, but then I ended up talking with a neighbor, and just fortunately, kind of, for the fact of not letting anyone down, I hadn't scheduled a stream yet. So when I finished talking with my neighbor, meeting them and stuff, it was it was I finished talking with them, and it was 7:30 my time, which would have been 30 minutes into the stream. I was oh no. But fortunately, I hadn't put anything on the schedule. And yesterday also had considered streaming, and then realized it was a league race night, so I had that going on, so I wasn't able to stream last night either. But we're back. We're streaming. I think I had mentioned, it's going to take a couple weeks for me to kind of get a proper schedule together now that, like, I'm here in, like, the new place, and I've got my new schedule kind of rotating through, and, just as far as things outside of streams and stuff. But yeah, we're all good now. New Smash characters revealed tomorrow. A friend and I are going to react and call. Ooh, that'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who it is. Yeah, I'm not super big into Smash, so, like, it's not a make or break thing for me. It's not like I'm gonna buy whatever it is. It's not like I'm just waiting to see what this fighter is in the final part of the pass or anything like that. It'll just be cool to see. Nickelodeon Smash game comes out tomorrow or tonight. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, so hope you guys had some fun over the weekend. Anyone do anything super exciting? I know, like I said, my weekend, I had a bunch of stuff going on. The biggest thing was definitely my my karting race on Sunday yesterday. Did decently in it. I goofed up, kind of messed up my own race, I would say. Nothing that was like my fault, but like I took a risk I shouldn't have. And lost out because of it, but it was all good. It was still fun. I didn't affect you either, but it was trending on Twitter. Gotcha. Yeah, friends started posting memes and stuff, and I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that's a thing. Also, I'm taking off the controller. I need to be able to eat. Yeah, so starting late, I was helping out with the robotic stuff, like I will, like every Monday and Wednesday now. But yeah, so I was helping out with that, and usually, like, I get back from that, like, around 6:45, and it gives me about 15 minutes to get ready for stream, throw together, like, a sandwich and eat it real quick. I'm out of, like, sandwich meat. A comedy of errors led to this, basically, of, like, me making various different assumptions throughout the day, or just things kind of stacking up and me not getting a chance to run and grab groceries. Because usually, like, Mondays at lunch, I run out and grab groceries and stuff, but today I had to, like, run by the bank, and I had to, go pick up some other things, and I just ended up not stopping at, like, the grocery store. I was like, I'll just, like, grab some lunch from somewhere, and, because, like, I had time to do that, but I didn't have time to, like, go and walk around, get groceries and stuff, and then I can, like, make a sandwich tonight and, go tomorrow. And then I was like, okay, and that was my plan. That was working for most of the day. Did the robotic stuff and was coming home. I was like, all right, I am ready to make this sandwich. Suddenly I remembered throwing out the empty container from the sandwich meat, like, last night. It's gonna be so sad not having a sandwich meat when you gotta make a sandwich. It really is. Fortunately, I have ramen, but ramen took like 5 minutes to cook instead of 30 seconds to put together. So that's why I was late, and I also have a bowl of, like, Maruchan ramen next to me. So glad they updated YouTube so that comments are in full view for live stream. Yeah, that is really nice. That is really nice. I remember when it was, like, a thing you had to watch vertically. Like, they weren't overlaying them at all. You love ramen? You like pho more? Yeah, I just have ramen. I was looking only at, like, the camera view and not at the ramen itself. I was like, oh, I'm probably, like, tipping this thing over. But yeah. You can see all the steam. You ever get, do you get the deli meats or you get packaged stuff? I usually get packaged stuff, just because it's simpler, It'll keep longer, because a lot of times what'll happen is I'll buy something that's, like, super fast perishing, like, it expires really quickly just because it's fresher, and then I just don't eat it in time, So, while it would be healthier to buy a lot of that stuff, I know that sometimes I'll have things just, like, that I buy intending to eat, and I'll eat I'll eat, like, half of it, and then whatever habit I get in of eating just changes for, like, a month, or not even a month, just, like, even, a lot of times it's, like, if you don't eat it all, like, if you don't already have a plan to eat it all within, like, a week, it's gonna go bad, if you get like the super fresh stuff. You know, this is like, it's the downside of getting the stuff like that. But, you know, sometimes I'll like make it one night and then I'll just forget that I have it for a week and it's just gone bad, you know? Usually boil the water in your kettle and then put the noodles in a bowl with a packet and then add the water and cover with saucer. Gotcha. I just boil water in like a saucepan and chuck the noodles in that and stir them. So I'm sorry you guys are having to watch me eat noodles, but I am quite hungry. I will not make it through even like a 2-hour stream if I don't eat now. Yeah, I've only had pho like twice. Can I have my friend code for Switch? I believe that stuff's on Discord. It's hard to do that here because the Pokeball Plus can't go to the home menu, and my Pro Controller, which are the two controllers I have easy access to. The Pro Controller won't connect to the Switch while Pokemon Let's Go's open, so I can't go home with this, and this isn't a home button, so I can't go home with it at all. So I don't know my friend code here, but my friend code definitely is somewhere. It's not much better like that? That's fair. You have a quiz every Friday. What's going on, Splash? Welcome to the stream. How's your week been? Or how was your weekend, I guess? It is the start of the week. Skipping a quiz to play a video game? Oh, wait, yeah, when BDSP comes out. I imagine you can make that up. Yo, what's going on, Wake? Welcome to the stream, man. You joined just in time to see me, like, try to eat ramen without looking gross on stream. Do ya quiz. Yes, do the quizzes. Haven't fixed your Ichiban ramen, though. Was it ramen made by Kirby? No, I did not. I did not follow... whatever that recipe from the Kirby manga was. Pixel Palace, welcome to the stream. It's been a while since you've been here. You're just writing stuff, so gotcha. Hope all has been well. Nice to have you here. Wake is here. Wake is indeed here. I'm trying to like prep my bites, so like I can talk while prepping, and then like just eat the bite real quick. Favorite ramen flavor? Go. Teriyaki beef. I am bland. A little bit less bland than just the generic chicken flavor, but just the beef flavor is usually it. What I actually like most, as far as like Maruchan stuff goes, is the yakisoba. But that's the one that like comes in like a whole like plastic, you know, like cooking tray. So it's a little bit more expensive usually, but that's usually really good. Spicy seafood and creamy chicken. Yeah, see, I haven't had, like, the thing is, I didn't actually eat all that much ramen for a while. And when I had it, it was just, yeah, like grabbing a couple little packets here and there. I've had a box of ramen for a few months, though, just in like my pantry, and so I finally cracked into that today. I kept forgetting about it. Comp Game Overwatch has been completed. Nice! Came back from shopping to find more than the usual amount of ambulances in your apartment complex. Is there a usual amount of ambulances in your apartment complex? At least one that's more than one? Did you see the shiny post on Discord? I did not. What was it? Gotta bounce. Alright, see you later, Shy. Thanks for tuning into the stream, man. Hope to see you again soon. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Okay. I was like, if it's normal for there to be a non-zero amount of ambulances in your parking lot, someone is like an EMT and just drives the ambulance to work from her. Got a Cleffa in 70 SOS? That's awesome. That's awesome, gamers. Do live across from the hospital, but the difference was lights were flashing. That's a pretty big like distinction between different types of ambulances and their status. Is a hidden ability? Cleffa 2. That's awesome, gamers. Congrats on that, man. Hey, Xander, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How goes the hunt? It goes. It goes. It's taking a little bit longer than I would like for it to, just because, you know, we found 4 other shinies that aren't Dratini here. I didn't really stream this weekend, you know. A few things happened. Fingers crossed we find Dratini today and we can start some more, like, spoopy hunts. It do be October and we're 4 days in and we haven't started any kind of spooky hunting. It's a bit easier to get shiny in Pogo, but you got a shiny Krogunk and a shiny Gavel last week. Yo, that's awesome. Congrats. No, I mean, outside of community days, like the shinies in Go are still pretty rare. Like community days and I guess like some raids, I guess are really the only time that like really just outside of events, like shinies aren't super common in Go, especially given like that you can't just encounter, you know, hundreds and hundreds an hour, right? Spoopy. Yee, super spoop. We gotta find a lot of good hunts to do. There's some that are to a point lined up. Or like I said, to a point lined up. But as far as like some other things, like doing Ghastly here or, you know, just a bunch of other hunts, we can find a bunch of stuff. Priest's acquired Dratini hunt had 5 Magikarps, a Tentacool shy before the pink noodle. Man, I don't need more Magikarps shining. We've had 2 Magikarps shine and 2 Tentacools shine. I don't need anything else other than the Dratini. I think if you want a soft reset for Spiritomb and Sword and Shield, do it. Do it. You really want to go for Spiritomb every October until you get it and hunt for it in every game it appears. That's like an awesome goal. Yeah. Every Halloween you go for it. Would you only hunt 1 a year, or would like if you found it in Sword and Shield and you needed it in some other game, would you hunt it there then? Okay, so again, sorry for anyone showing up and seeing me duck off camera and be quiet for a second. I'm eating dinner. I meant to prepare a sandwich that I could eat before I started streaming, but I forgot that I was out of like ingredients for sandwiches. Share the noodles. You'll have to come get them. I'm not leaving the house tonight. Do you have mac and cheese? Do you have bread and butter? If I did, I would make a mac and cheese sandwich. I think in theory I would have had the stuff to make a grilled cheese sandwich, but that would have also taken just as much time as ramen to make. So like ramen was just the easier thing there to be like, all right, easier cleanup, less prep. I mean, not that there's really any prep to a grilled cheese, but just the cleanup of like rinsing the pan out. It's like ramen's just gonna be water in the pan that I have to wash out, you know? So I just went with the ramen for now. I made mac and cheese with vanilla coffee creamer. Wait, what? Make a grilled mac and cheese. That would have been really good. Except I actually had one of those for lunch. I had one from Panera for lunch. So I was like, yeah, that'd be good, but I literally already had that today. Is instant, just drain the water, add milk and butter. Yeah, how was it, right? Like, Brandon amongst the monkey brain was like, well, next best thing. But it's not at all the same thing. That's not the same thing at all. Totally gonna phase the Pichu by hitting the prayer Hapini. I phased a Bonsley that way and I was not upset. Because with Pichu, I kept hitting the Hapinis, but the SOS Hapinis that show up are so incredibly hard to tell if they're shiny or not, unless you're watching as it spawns to see the sparkles. Don't follow their instructions. Yeah, I would have a grilled mac and cheese, but I literally had like mac and cheese and like toast as a sandwich today at lunch. That was what I got instead of going to the grocery store, because like I could get that in 10 minutes in a drive-through versus like 45 minutes getting like a week's worth of stuff from the grocery store. Would you be mad about the shiny Hapini? Really? Really? That is interesting. But yeah, so I went to Panera and I got that. And like I ordered and went, okay. I got all the way through my order and I'm like, is that it? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, by the way, we're out of the normal bread for this. What other breads? Like, I don't know what other bread we want. I'm like, I don't know what bread you have. That's not like listed on the menu, 1. And 2, how is a place that's name literally means like bakery, like bread bakery or something, is out of bread? Right? Like, that's the one thing they shouldn't be. It's not grilled mac and cheese though. I mean, you're right. It's not like a grilled mac and cheese. It's not like a grilled cheese with a macaroni inside it. But it was basically like the same thing. It was basically the same thing. I already had a mac and cheese sandwich today. Basically, is what I'm saying. Talking about shinies, you have 2. One is Nickit, nice. The other one is a longer explanation. Oh, okay. Choking on mac and cheese, call it hack and wheeze. Call it the only way to go out. Are the ones that Heatran, which you got from the legendary raids, except you didn't know it was shiny, so when you sent it out in a star tournament, you did a double take. Dang. Have a Limber Stunfisk as the Chainmon so you don't get paralyzed or damaged. That's nice. Not sure, basically put cheese on it too before putting the mac and cheese inside. Oh, I see. So it's not quite the same thing, but like, it's pretty close. I have had like mac and cheese burgers. Those are good. Instead of cheese, it's just mac and cheese. Double cheese. Yeah, it's always good. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about this. I know many of you probably aren't racing fans necessarily, but yeah, so this weekend or not this weekend, yesterday, literally yesterday, so technically this weekend, but yesterday's more accurate. I had another round of my my racing league. I totally almost missed it because I could have sworn the site said it was going to be tomorrow until like I just decided to check yesterday because like it should have been yesterday. It's always the like first Sunday of the month, but it didn't say, it said the 5th. I could have sworn it said the 5th. So like, okay. And I remember last week someone said like, oh, see you Tuesday for like the league race. Like, okay. I checked and it was yesterday, and I checked just in time to make it and showed up, and it was so I almost missed it, but I managed to get there. There were like 18 people running. I qualified 4th. I set like a new personal record and qualified 4th, which was that felt pretty good. But yeah, then I got into the race, and the cart that I got put in just wasn't super good. It was a little bit slower, just, you know, like batteries didn't charge as much as they needed to or something like that, and it was a super like drifty, which isn't great, which is very unfortunate. And, you know, I was just trying to hold off the guy behind me. At this point, like, I started 4th, 5th was right on my butt the whole time, and I just watched 3rd leave because it's like, oh well, there's that. I can't do much here. You know, so it's like, that kind of stunk. But, you know, if I could hold 4th, I was gonna be okay. But I knew there was one spot that, you know, 5th was gonna get past me if he was gonna get past me, and sure enough, he came up alongside me there because I was a little bit slower. And for anyone here who watches F1, I think gamers, I think you might be the only one in chat who does it because Sutton's not here. But basically, it was a Max and Lewis at Silverstone situation, and I was Max. And I went from 4th to 8th and stayed there. Which kind of stunk to lose like 4 positions in the race, but I still qualified 4th, you know. So at the end of the day, it was still fun. It was still some more experience with it. Racing tip: use the Mario Kart Wii Mushroom, cool ultra shortcut world record strat. I gotta practice that on my local track, you know. You don't see a lot of people do it, but you know it's possible. But yeah, that was my excitement for the weekend right there. Good soup, good ramen. Yes, very good noodles. Yeah, so that was the big exciting thing I did this weekend. Aside from that, I just did a lot of yard work. I've been slowly making my way through like things I've noted need to be done in the yard. You know, that's just been like every morning. Is this a mukbang now? I guess so. I'll just order some more food. Really what it is the only thing I've eaten today aside from this is that mac and cheese sandwich at like noon. So it's like I haven't eaten in almost 8 hours and I have been doing stuff. So like the ramen is my sustenance. Sounds a lot better than your weekend. What did you do this weekend, Wake? Hey, Sutton, what's going on, man? Welcome. I was just talking about you. I was just saying that you would have been one of the few people here who understood my F1 reference. No one tells you 30% of adulthood is just lawn care. I'm okay with it. I enjoy it. My landlords were like, oh, no, you don't need to like buy like any tools or anything. Or like, oh, we feel bad having you like, you don't have to work on it. It's the fall. It'll, you know, because like it's part of my lease, so I have to, you know, cut the front yard and stuff. But, you know, just like keep it looking nice. And they came over a couple times like, oh, you don't really have to do that. I'm like, oh, no. It's like, I want to. I've been in apartments for years, and I've been looking forward to the idea of having a yard. So it's like, no, I can do this. I can do this. And yeah, I've been out there basically like every Sunday morning. I'll go out and I have like, you know, edge the driveway and at the road, and then like mow, and then I have like one of the little like tasks that I do for the day. You know, just as far as like, you know, the stuff that's gonna be constant upkeep and the stuff that's gonna be like a one-time thing. This week was you know, like the little, you know, the kind of like stones that you put to surround like a flower bed, or, you know, like right at the front where like you'd fill up with pine straw, like an island and stuff, and you have like the stones that keep it nice and separated. They always sink over time, right? Like either the grass gets above them, or they just kind of like sink down from rain over time. Yeah, a lot of I thought I was missing several. Turns out they were all just 100% buried underneath the dirt and grass, and I dug them all out. And I started like basically taking them out, packing more dirt below them and putting them back in, and that was a lot of work. I got through about half of it before I was just like dying, and it was like already 2 o'clock, and I was like, no more of this, no more. Gonna win Best Salon 2021. We'll see. Goldie, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Only 49 into your chain, but you're still determined. You've got this. I was practicing drifting in your lawnmower. Good point. I'll put some of the drift tires on it. Need a real grilled mac and cheese. Panera has good pasta. They replace some stuff with pizza, which you don't really like. Pizza? What? Oh, you have to dig them up every few years. Yeah, so that's like basically what I'm doing now. Just digging those back up and, you know, pulling some of the dirt from the flower bed down there, packing it in, and putting them back on. Ideally, next weekend, assuming it's not rainy, I'll be able to finish that up. You know, as far as just like, I got about halfway through it. I might have to do a few more of this. I was moving at a pretty good pace, but then I just got to the ones that were really buried, and it's just like, it was no longer just grab, lift up, and then like pack dirt in. It's like, get the shovel, dig around it, because grass roots have now grown in and are literally holding the thing into the earth. Also, guys, you know what time it is. I want to see the crab rave in chat. But yeah, so like these ones are going to be a little bit more work, so I might just get out there like in the morning before I take like my shower or something, so I'm not like super like hot and sweaty all day from yard work like on a weekday or something, but try to get those up, and then it'll just be getting rid of all the grass and stuff that's grown in the flower bed at this point. Guess your favorite dragon type? I don't know. What is your favorite dragon? Is it Dragapult? Hey, here we go. We got the crab rave going. Where's my mouse to show some of these messages that have been wrongfully hidden? Buy Velveeta mac and cheese and buy some cheddar or whatever you like, and put them between the bread and the mac and cheese. There you go. I will actually have to try that. That sounds really good. It sounds very unhealthy, but it sounds really good. Good amount. Alright, see you later, Pixel Palace. Thank you so much for being in the stream. Glad to have you here. Hope you have a good rest of the day. No, not Dragapult. It's Ranger Gen 3 to 5. Salamence. How you get squid? Okay. Squid Rave. Are we just gonna play the squid games? Not Salamence? Well, then you're wrong. Hate to break it to you. Cute squid got butchered by YouTube. Oh no. I wonder what it looked like for you, because yeah, I just see the YouTube one. Like, I get that it's like a thing that each like kind of company wants to design their own and have their own little style with emojis, but like, I feel like we could really, really benefit just from like them being standardized, right? Like, emojis should look the same on every platform, or there should be a standard emoji. There should be a standard emoji design that like you can at least turn on and off. Crabs fans over, but you almost finished with your Mega Lucario Pixar. Yo, that's awesome, dude. Hope you finish it soon. Octopus. But right, like I feel like there should be like a standard type of like a standard emoji that's like, this is what this one means. This is what this looks like. Like that way, like other companies can do their own thing, but you don't end up in a situation where like that weird like cringy grin face is just so weirdly different on Samsung, right? Take emojis of the United Nations. And realistically, all that needs to happen is Unicode needs to actually like, aside from just defining like what they're called and what they kind of stand for, they need to like be like, this is the standard look. This is what they look like. Oop. What's oop, Vanillix? Keep guessing your favorite dragon type. It's not a pseudo legend. It's not a pseudo legend. What would it be then? The only dragon types I can ever think of off the top of my head are like pseudo legends. that your homie Vanillix in chat? It do be Vanillix in chat here. Again, apologies for eating on stream, guys. Gamers gotta eat too. True. True. But now we have eaten. We are good. My nose is itchy. Apologies for that. But yeah, now we're good. I have eaten. I have consumed the food. Now let's just see if we can actually find a shiny Dratini today. Only one noodle left. It is pink. Or at least we want it to be pink. Instead of one shiny Magikarp and two shiny Tentacle, right? We found all the other shinies on this route that we wanted in terms of the fact that we wanted none of them. We have found all of them and we have wanted none of them. So yeah, hopefully we can find ourselves a pink noodle. Can you send it in general chat, what it looked like on your phone? You can't give me a picture of the squid? Yeah, go for it. The shiny looks real nice. Gen 35 no pseudo legend. Like I said, I can't just like off the top of my head think of dragons that aren't pseudo. Bought your first games on Steam yesterday? Yo, nice! What games do you get? Look up dragon types if you have to. Oh, is that what your squid looks like? That does look a lot more adorable on your phone. That does look a lot better on your like phone by you. And what is like Haxorus considered pseudo or not? Because I mean like, because the only other thing I would think is like Garchomp, and that's not pseudo, or that is pseudo. Yeah, yeah. It definitely looks a lot better on your keyboard. All three of the Sniper Ghost Warrior games, nice. Came with all the DLCs of the game too, so you can make friends. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm trying to work on getting my my sim rig stuff set up in some way. I gotta get a wheel stand. I think I mentioned this. I need to get a wheel stand and I need to get some sort of seat for it. Keep closing full view, so you use the other way. You use the other way. Ah. Yeah, like, it's just the muscle memory to go back, right? Yeah, Samir, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? What are we talking about? So during the Crab Rave, because Crab Rave happened, Mayu was posting squids, but the emojis look very different depending on what device you're on, you know, because like no one's been able to agree on what they should look like. So yeah, that's what we were talking about just now. But aside from that, we've just been chilling, talking about our weekends and stuff. You know, like I said, I did yard work. I did yard work. I met a couple of my neighbors. I did another league race. Yeah. This is easy though. It's like, okay, done, close. Altaria? Ooh. Yeah, see, I forgot Altaria. I totally forgot Altaria. No? Dang. But yeah, stuff like that. Like, I know Altaria, but I just forget that it's a dragon. Swap Blue's way cuter. Fair. I'll give you that one. I should have made it a pseudo. That game already had 2 pseudos though. Like that already had 2 pretty like solid pseudos. It's a burb. It is a burb, but it's a dragon burb. Deserves a buff. It'd be interesting to see them like really rebalance everything. Like at some point in the future, if they're just like, we're gonna redo all of this. This guy one is called Mega Altaria. Fair. Very good point. That was kind of the whole idea of Megas, is we can't really buff them too much, but hey, here's just a new form. Bring back Megas, you'll use it in BDSP. It'd be cool to see Megas in BDSP, but we haven't gotten anything to imply that they're there. Double come back, yeah. Yeah. With how much the community has been like bring them back, you would have thought that it would have been mentioned if it was a thing that was happening. How Dratini goes from Dragonair to that is unknown. Oh yeah, if it goes from like Dragonair to Dragonite. Yeah. That was one of the ones where like they just straight up like, yeah, we had 2 different people design these. And it shows. Don't think we're getting Megas, yeah. Nah, that's something I feel like we would have seen at this point. I mean, theoretically, they haven't said they aren't there, but like that is a shot in the dark to be like, to say that there's really any chance of them happening. I doubt it, because like I said, they're a big enough deal that they would have been mentioned. They would have been mentioned. I think we're getting Megas in Gen 9. It's going to be balanced with Dynamax. I don't see Dynamax coming back. I don't. Maybe it's just me hoping it doesn't come back. To be honest, I'm hoping it's kind of like Z moves where it just doesn't continue. I mean, unless Z moves do work in Gen 8, I'm just stupid. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Dynamax. Like less of a fan of Dynamax than Megas or Z moves. One more hit Gen 5. I'm not gonna get it if it's Gen 5. I feel like they ruined it by tossing Mega Evolutions away. It's like, it really should have been a thing that they just like stuck with. And not just continuously introduce a new gimmick each game, but, you know. Hope Dynamax does not make a return. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like, I know at first Megas were kind of like, people weren't a big fan of them at first, but then I think people kind of realized what they did to the game, and it was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. I think really a lot of it is they saw Z moves, and then they saw Dynamax, like, oh crud, Megas was the good one. Like, Megas may have been the experiment, but it was also like the immediate right answer. Got some core art that depicts Mega Lucaria and D-Maxmon fighting. That'd be interesting. Potential for it to come back and be rebalanced like Dynamax now. Yeah, you'd basically have to like say like, oh, if you give a Pokemon Dynidor or something, it can Dynamax. Megas is better looking. Dynamax seems like Mega Evolutions, so say just bring that back. Mega Evolutions reworked stats a lot more. Like, Dynamax is just big Pokemon, you know? And you're effectively just fighting the same Pokemon. The only thing that you can end up in a situation is, oh no, they Dynamaxed. I just have to hold on for like 4 turns, and then they'll be back to normal, and it'll be a normal battle again. Highly doubt Megas will come back. Same. They have not had a good track record of bringing like gimmicks like that back. Same with Dynamax, yeah. Yeah. I just don't see it happening. I mean, maybe, yeah, if Koro stuff's like alluding to anything, it'd be interesting to see it happen. That's why you said Megas is better. Oh yeah, Megas were better for sure. Dynamax only changed stats with certain moves like Z moves did. Yeah. Yeah, like you got the Gigantamax moves and stuff. Answer is Haxorus. I actually said Haxorus. What the heck? Mega Eevee line? Could be interesting. Should got rid of Dynamax and give everyone a G-Max instead. That would have been even more uniqueness. It definitely would have, but I do find it really funny that like Gigantamax, I guess, is like banned in VGC, or at least it was for the first year. And like Smogon was like, yeah, we're gonna ban Dynamax as a whole. Gigantamax is fine, it does nothing of value. Like Gigantamax would be okay. Dynamax moves though, those are like the rough ones. And the VGC was just so off base from that. It's like, that's kind of funny. Get Fairy Wings maybe? It'd be cool to see like Mega Evolution designs of all the Evolutions. I like it. Give it to me. But yeah, so one thing I did do for like the desk this weekend, aside from putting the 3D printer there, which is kind of temporary, I just needed it for this other thing. I moved my amp, you know, like the amp I use for like controlling my my like audio levels and stuff. I moved that. I was able to find online some like 3D printable mounts to mount it under my desk. So now I have like my amp all tucked away and hidden and just like screwed into the bottom of the desk. It's really cool. Palkia is shiny after 2,255 soft resets. Yo, that's awesome. Xander, congratulations on the shiny Palkia. Like the concept of Dynamax and Dynamax raids, like fighting big mons is cool to you, but don't know how they could be implemented. They could have been implemented better or do something more with it. Very, very true. Very true. I just think like the way they mixed it into the story ends up not making sense, and like there's a lot of really weird things that happen because of like the way they described in the lore, and then the way they like act in the game isn't. Also, I might have just changed my audio settings. Basically, my mic was apparently not all the way plugged in, so if the audio got louder, I apologize. What are your thoughts on Sword and Shield? All in all, after DLC and everything, they're better with the DLC, and I will admit, as much as like hearing Pokemon DLC made me like cringe at first, just the like, oh, why would they do that to these games? DLC is honestly like the best in the case of Pokemon. DLC is probably the best way to go about it in terms of like user like. In terms of like being nice to the customer, just from the perspective of like, look at a game like Emerald's one of my favorite Pokemon games, so it's not me saying like this is bad and it's always been bad. I've enjoyed the way they did it before with the third game, you know, but that costs the price of a full game. So having the DLC be cheaper than a full third game is nice. And it's definitely for the consumer. And I mean, all the same new content is there without you having to play through the game again if you don't want to play through the game again and everything. So yeah, like, I actually haven't played Isle of Armor yet. I have yet to play Isle of Armor. I've only played Crown Tundra. I don't know how I've made it like an entire year without playing Isle of Armor after buying the DLC, but I have. I think like Galarian Slowpoke is on the list of things for me to hunt, so we'll do Isle of Armor then. But like Crown Tundra was good. And I imagine, from what I've seen and what I've heard, Isle of Armor is as good as Crown Tundra. So, like, the DLC standalone, like, the DLC, like, addition to the game was a very good addition. I don't think it or really anything would have properly salvaged the, like, lacklusterness of, like, of the base games. I was trying to think of the word there, yeah. Like, the base Sword and Shield. Lacking a full national dex or lacking the capability to move every Pokemon in. While it is obviously a big task to do, and I understand that there's a lot of work that goes into that, they weren't as upfront about the real reasons as they should have been. That's just gonna make people disappointed and upset and feel lied to, because they were a little bit lied to with just like PR speak. Weird decisions with the game as far as like what was included in the story, what wasn't, almost felt like rushed. I'm not a fan of the wild area. I have made this clear before. I'm not a fan of that. A lot of people are like, oh man, we should have more wild area, and Crown Tundra and Isle of Armor are basically that. I don't like the way it functions as someone who wants to be able to complete my like Pokedex as quickly as possible without time skipping. Seems Platinum content's coming to BDSP. Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of been confirmed really since like the February trailer was like at least some of the Platinum content existed in forms like Platinum NPCs and everything. And people are really hoping for a bit more of the Platinum decks just for the sake of having a few more like fire types and stuff. Played Crown Tundra. I've started Isle of Armor a couple days ago. We picked up Sword and Shield recently, left off over a year ago, became the champion, picked it up again like a week ago and completed the dex. Gotcha. Yeah, like, for me it wasn't like bad. It wasn't, or I won't say that. I actually did kind of find the game to be, looking back at the game after having finished it, I was a little bit disappointed in what existed there. As far as like the base game in my first playthrough, it left a lot to be desired, as far as, like, we never really fought an evil team. We never really fought the big bad guy until it was, like, the very end, you know, like, it felt very weird. It didn't feel like it should have. It definitely kind of felt like Game Freak didn't know what they were doing. The game lacked direction, I want to say. Like, I don't think there was quite the passion there that has been there for previous games, and I don't think they had the time that they would have needed to make it good, even if they did have that passion. Is my genuine, honest opinion on Sword and Shield as a whole. Like, as far as the playing experience, I beat the game in 3 days and thoroughly like enjoyed like playing, but it's one of those things where it's like yeah, it was good. It was Pokemon. It was playing a new Pokemon game and a new Pokemon experience. But like, if I had to pick literally any other region or any other game to tell someone to play, I would. You know. You beat the game in 2, nice. Yeah, that was like, it got at midnight release and I played for a good solid hour. A good solid number of hours each day until I beat it. Like, you know, I bought it like Friday at midnight, and then like Sunday night I had beaten it. I was doing some other stuff over the weekend as well in the process. Just super pumped for BDSP. Me too. I am so excited for BDSP. Yeah, we got what, just over a month now. A month and like 15 days. I really hope BDSP is more than what it seems, because you can't justify a $60 purchase for a 1-1 remake. That's fair. It definitely seems like there's a lot of the Platinum content in it, and it does seem to have like a few like updates here and there. Yeah, I totally get that as well. If they include Kalos, it would have been the best game, no contest. BDSP. Why would they include Kalos though? What would be the benefit of adding Kalos to a Sinnoh game? Tomorrow will be a month until your birthday. Oh dang, getting close. That's why you're waiting. Because for that much, you can just buy new markers. Oh yeah, no, I totally get that. I totally get that. Yeah, Pokemon games definitely need to kind of... I've said this before as well. Pokemon moved up from the minor leagues to the major leagues. Like, as weird as it is to say that the most successful and most like profitable franchise in history, like in entertainment history, was in the minor leagues. Like, sounds weird until like you think of it in terms of like handhelds and like home consoles, and there's a lot that you can excuse when a game is like $35 to $40 and it's on a handheld console that's like a low-powered system in comparison to every home console. You know, I mean, you compare Pokemon games to other games that are on a 3DS, and like, it's on the higher end of like of the games, you know, in terms of quality. I know some people might say certain things here and there about them, but they, generally speaking, were very much on that high end. They moved up to the Switch and are now competing with Mario and Zelda and, you know, every other big home console franchise that gets released on Nintendo systems. It's just a whole different ballgame that they haven't been used to competing in. And it's a different price point that their games sell at, which means people are expecting more for the money and stuff like that. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. In Sword, if they included Kalos, but why would they have included Kalos in Sword? Because UK and France are a train ride distance. Ah, I see. Yeah, I couldn't see them just like adding a region in like that. If you can decorate Poffins, then you'll buy it. Have all 3 games of the original, let me decorate them. Maybe. I guess we'll see what else they say. We're definitely in that phase where the game is complete. We're just, any kind of trailers we get are just going to be little tiny trailers, you know, sprinkling out information to keep us hyped. You're back from the eating. Welcome back, gamers. Welcome back. Hopefully it's hard like the old games. I know a lot of people are expecting that. I would like to see it be a bit more difficult too. It'll be interesting to see how they make that work. Having full team XP shares with like the same trainers on routes would make it difficult. Excuse me. Something that's been missing. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If it's not like if it's not by default more difficult, I want to at least hope that we will see EXP share be able to be turned off again. Because that was one of my gripes with this with Sword and Shield, was like, I leave XP share on, but if someone wants to not have XP share on, why is that not like at least an option? You know, because like I think it was like Omori's response was like, if you only want to level up one Pokemon, just take the rest out of your party. And it's like, but no. You know, also just the mechanics change a lot, and they already changed in Let's Go, and I can just do this and have access to literally all of the Pokemon in my PC, right? Like, that changes the dynamic of like team selection a lot. So excited because Call of Duty Vanguard drops on your birthday, then 4 days later Forza Horizon 5 drops, then 10 days after that BDSP comes out, then Halo Infinite and Destiny 2, and then Gran Turismo 7. Yeah, November is the month the game's coming out. If you can't, you're suing me. Oh, you're not suing me, you're just suing in general. Okay, I was like, what did I do? What did I do to get sued? Definitely keep the XP share as a gadget to turn on and off. You had to get multiple XP share in the original. Yeah, it's like, I'm okay with it being a full team thing and being a key item. Just let it be, like, you know, turn offable, right? Am I excited for Legends? Yes. A lot of my excitement for Legends, I have said before, comes from, like, not being nervous about it, because BDSP seems really good. You know, for me, I was nervous about Legends at first, because it seemed like BDSP was going to be kind of iffy, which meant Legends had to be the game to knock it out of the park, but it didn't look like it would be. It still doesn't look like it's gonna be a Breath of the Wild level game, but it does look like it'll be like, it does look like it'll be good, and it looks like it'll have good content. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see. I'm very excited to see what it's all about and how it plays. Halo comes out in December, then Destiny 2, which week comes out in February, and then Gran Turismo 7 comes from... Oh, okay, so and thens were just like long gaps of time. Gotcha. Concerned about the fact we're getting 2 games in the span of 3 months. I wouldn't be as concerned about that this time. So since BDSP is being made by Ilka, and with Masuda like overseeing BDSP, the rest of Game Freak, aside from Masuda, and Omori's already kind of just been the director for the past little bit, the rest of Game Freak can work as though BDSP is not happening. They're fully disconnected, 2 completely separate teams. So it's not like we're seeing a game... It's not like we're seeing 2 games being made simultaneously at Game Freak. Also, my nose is incredibly issued today, guys. I don't know why. Because, like, I thought I had figured out what was causing it. I had... It was good for a while, but now it's, like, just almost painfully itchy. But yeah, so I get that concern, but I don't think it's as big of a concern this time around as it would have been if, like, Game Freak was making both. I think if anything, what probably happened is they were planning on making Legends and releasing Legends now, but like BDSP was further along in the pipeline, and Legends was going to need more time just because it's open world. Super pumped because you're a big Forza fan? Yeah, man, that's awesome. Don't consider remastered or remake a different gen. Is that odd? What does it say about the quality and the wait between Gen 8 and 9? Again, Ilka's making BDSP, so it's not like we're getting 2 Game Freak games. I want to see more like other companies make Pokemon games and stuff. You know, stuff like Snap, stuff like BDSP being made by a different company, and I just want to see more of that kind of content being pushed out. And if we have to wait a while for Gen 9, I'm fine with it. I think this idea of a new Pokemon game coming out every year is ridiculous. Or, like, even every other year is ridiculous. Just because Sword and Shield is the result of, like, 4 straight years of Pokemon games coming out. And it wasn't that great. So let's take a breather. You know, they're making Legends 2 years after Sword and Shield. Yeah, 2 more years. 2 years after that, if we see Gen 9, okay. 3 years after that, if we see Gen 9, okay. I'm all good with that. Kind of excited for Vanguard because Treyarch's making the zombies. Yeah. Gonna be another Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, Call of Duty does change over time, but like, individual day-to-day or like year-to-year changes aren't like super intense with Call of Duty. But what do you, so Mayu, what do you mean by you don't consider them a different gen? Because like, do you mean like you don't consider ORAS to be Gen 6? Or what do you mean by that? What do you like consider ORAS Gen 3 or Gen 6? Last few sucked. I enjoyed Modern Warfare 2019 because that's the first Call of Duty I had purchased since like Black Ops 3, and really the first one I had like played since Black Ops 2. Back when the Pokemon games were every year, which was great, sure, but there were little chibi pixel characters, and yes, they were chibi. Not all sprites look like that. It's not spices like that. Yeah. Let's see when they all let's see when they all came out, because I don't think there's ever been a span of stuff coming out like that. Okay, come on. Okay, so I mean, yeah, all right. Sun and Moon through Sword and Shield was the longest span of that happening. So 20. So I'm looking at a release calendar. We had Red, Green, and then the original Japanese Blue come out in 96. 98, Yellow came out along with Red and Blue, like as a pair, which is basically just blue reskinned. The next year was Gold and Silver, and the year after that was Crystal. So yeah, you had 3 years back to back there, but part of that also comes down to those were all the same game. Then there was a gap to Ruby and Sapphire, right? There was a year gap to Ruby and Sapphire after Crystal. So we went from 2000 Crystal coming out to 2002 Ruby Sapphire coming out. The only other time aside from this last like 2016 to 2019 release time that we saw like three. All right. I do take this back a little bit, but I definitely think like. Yeah, so I do take this back a little bit. Pokemon games have come out pretty quickly. It's always felt like longer between them. What was your previous question? Yeah, so my previous question, Mayu, was when you said you don't consider them a different gen, what did you mean by that? Like, use Oras as an example. What do you mean by you don't consider it a different gen? You don't consider it a different gen from Ruby and Sapphire, or you don't consider it a different gen from X and Y? That was what my question was before. But yeah, so Pokemon games, they come out in bursts, it seems, definitely. Like, we haven't gone more than a year without... We haven't gone more than 2 years of a Pokemon release, so, like, fair. Just a lot of those times, it seems like the sets of games coming out together are remakes, or third sets of games and stuff like that. That's really what it is, you know. Except for when we got Sun and Moon, Yusum, Let's Go, Sword and Shield. That was the first time we had 4 years of games back to back. The original gen the game was made is what you mean. Okay, interesting. Because I've always separated it in my head as regions are like, they're all the same region, obviously, but like, just because I'm looking at it from like a code side, they use the code from X and Y to make Oras, so it's the same generation of Pokemon engine, is the way I've always looked at it. And then like the region's a separate thing. But yeah, so I do take that back, that like Pokemon games have come out pretty regularly. I think there was only one time we saw a 2-year gap between games, or like 2 years in a row of not getting new games. So yeah, I take that back. As far as like main games, the gen is when the game was made. The region is what stays the same in the remakes. That's the way I look at it. Every main series, not a remake game, has a new gen. Marks a new gen. Yeah, I guess so, because, I mean, people consider Let's Go to be Gen 7, and that's definitely not on the Gen 7 engine. But yeah, I've always generally looked at it as, like, the code underneath the base engine's the same. You got the Palkia? Yo, that's awesome, Xander. Both sides being stubborn, being caught and you only using Premier Balls. Nice, I'm glad you got it in the Premier Balls, then. If we find this shiny noodle today, guys, it's probably we're going to wrap up stream just because my nose is killing me. Let's go more like a retelling, so you don't consider it as part of the series, honestly, but that's just you. So, Game Freak even considers Let's Go in a really interesting, weird category. Normally you have like mainline core series games and they're the same thing. But like Let's Go is considered like a mainline game but not a core RPG. Or the other way around, I forget. But like, even Game Freak puts Let's Go in this weird hybrid flux of a category. I have high hopes for Horizon 5 with all the new cars coming out. I hope they at least have the Mark 5 Supra. Not a super kid. You like other cars, it's just the Mark 5 looks so good. Gotcha, and you have high hopes for Gang Card. Cool, cool. Sorry, I'm checking something real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Even Game Freak doesn't it right. Let's Go's just in such a weird little category of its own, though, you know? Every time you use a Lepiberry, the Pichu doesn't call, and you're like, oh man, I could have Lepoed that turn. Yeah, but it's just one of those things, right? When like you're not using, when you like need to use the Lepas, like you just do it. Wonder if you'll notice the redder cheeks of the darker yellow first. Oh, with Pichu? I think you'll notice the darker yellow. That's what I would say. Come on, Dratini, please. Just shine for me. Spawns a shiny Pikachu, you're gonna get a small table just to flip it over out of excitement. It's like you find the shiny Pikachu, you just like put it down for a second, and just walk over, find like a small table, and flip it. Pikachu's line is one where you wish they'd make it white with yellow cheeks with shiny. That'd be an interesting thing. That'd be interesting. I don't know if I'd personally like that, but I definitely wish it had something more distinct to it than like the current shiny. Like, for as iconic of a Pokemon as Pikachu is, and just like how important to the franchise it is, it's strange to me that it's one of the Pokemon that has the least recognizable shinies. If you get the Happiny, you would do the same thing, but out of rage. Yeah, so why don't you want the Happiny, man? Well, what do you have against the Happiny? Because I definitely was like excited to get Happinis when I found them. Just because there was no other way to do it outside of Masuda methoding a Chansey. Or not a... Yeah, Chansey, right? Yeah. I don't know, I like completely second guessed myself there for some reason. I think it should invert the black and yellow and keep the iconic cheeks red. Also interesting. It wasn't the original mascot, the original was Clefairy. This is true, but by the time they implemented shinies, Pikachu was the mascot. Like, that change happened very quickly. Because remember, Pokemon Yellow came out with Pikachu as the main Pokemon. Immediately. Don't really like the Chansey line or their shiny mons. That's fair. That's fair. Your opinion has changed drastically. Or their inverted red and yellow. I don't know, because the thing is, like, at this point, you know, we've all seen Pikachu, and we've all seen shiny Pikachu, and that's just how it is. It's hard for me to imagine it any other way. It would be weird, but it might look good. And that's really how all of this is, right? Like, all the speculations. Like, I mean, it could be horrible, or it could be great. We don't know. We don't know, because we can't see it. What you don't get is, actually, they did appeal to both genders. This is what they said, at least. Oh, like the reason they chose Pikachu. I can see that though. I can see that though. Why they would like rather put just a fairly neutral colored yellow mouse as the mascot as opposed to like a pink Clefairy, you know. Whether or not it actually would matter all that much is a different story, but I can see in like the 90s and being like, let's not make the pink thing for like a series that's we're trying to appeal to everyone. Orange Shiny isn't even that bad. The worst one's Pichu. True. Pichu's the worst of the line, for sure. They did redeem the Shiny with a Alolan Raichu. It's good. I don't think it's like super great, but it's good. Can argue with the Alolan Raichu being good. To despise it. But the shiny is what you thought Pikachu would be. Like the little white Pikachu. Then goes to Pikachu, then Raichu being brown. I see. We'll go for your Rockruff right now, but after 180 eggs, you're kind of done with it. That's fair. And like, if you're done with it that soon, like, I don't know if it's really something like to continue pursuing at the moment, you know? Man, I'm sleepy. I don't know why I'm so sleepy, guys. Apologies for being a bit quieter now. It might be the post-dinner, like, nap feel, you know? That very well could be what this is. Had a big bowl of spaghetti and ready for a food coma right now. Dude, I feel that. Sander. I could definitely just like lean back in this chair and nap right now. Which I don't normally nap, but I don't normally feel like napping, but I definitely feel like it right now. I'm also super tired. Man, I just need this pink noodle to show up. Pink noodle would show. That would be great. Hey, Happy Frog, how's it going? How have you been? Welcome. Hope your day's been going well. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I guess, like, I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night. Like, I was just kind of still an adrenaline rush because, like, the races are later at night and stuff, but, and all the yard work and everything. I probably just need to catch up on some sleep and just rest. Yesterday definitely, like, beat me down, and then today wasn't a nothing day. It was, like, just, like, a pretty normal day. Waking up at 5:30 for school. Ooh, that's early, man. Yeah, it's like super early. I think like the earliest I ever had to wake up for school is like 6 in like elementary school. Kid, you're doing a randomized shiny lock and heart gold. Nice. Best of luck with it. Hope it's been going well. How far are you now? Got insomnia. It's like, yeah. That's gotta be rough. That's gotta be rough. The only times I really have trouble falling asleep are my own fault because I like will drink something super sugary way too late. But yeah, I did like I said, you know, this weekend I did yard work and like my karting stuff and everything. When I say this weekend, I mean yesterday. All of it was yesterday. I can't even remember what I did on Saturday. Oh, no, Saturday I did stuff too. I went and did a bit more disc golf. So, like, yeah, I did, like, physical activity every day this weekend, which, like, really shouldn't be that big of a thing, but, like, it's a shock to the system after having been cooped up in an apartment for years. The time you want to wake up at 6:30? Oof. That is, you're under the 3rd gym. That's awesome. That's awesome. Got a shiny Ho with an Ilex Forest before you got to Goldenrod. That's awesome. Congratulations. Almost 100 SOS encounters. You got this, gamers. You got this. Is that your boyfriend ranting about his Gundam models and he somehow gets sleepy? Aw. I have some friends that are really into Gundam stuff, and like, I imagine they could talk about it for hours and hours and hours. Vibing right now? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Like I said, I think I'm gonna go, if we find the shiny, we're gonna go woohoo and call it for the day. And then start some like spoopy hunts tomorrow. If we don't find the Dratini in the next like 30 minutes, we'll probably also just go ahead and start some spoopy hunts tomorrow, but I'm probably gonna go for another 30 minutes now that I've talked about being sleepy. And I'm getting sleepy. Also a Funko Pop hoarder. Ah, I see. I never got the appeal of those. I like Gundam stuff I get because it's like the fun process of putting it together and all that, and like they can look pretty cool, but you know, like I have things that I collect and stuff. Like collecting stuff's not bad, and like collecting like collectible things isn't bad, but like something about Funko Pops for me, just to me at least, you know, everyone can be like have their own opinion on this. I'm not like saying anyone shouldn't do it or should or whatever, but like I never got the appeal of that, because like they all look super generic to me, you know, like in general it's like on one hand it's kind of cool that like, oh, they all look the same, you know, it's all the same like face and stuff, but they still made them all look like the characters, but it's like they all have the same face, you know, it's like, and they're like they hit a whole bunch of marks to me of just being something that's just like super easy for them to make, like great for them as a business, but like I just never saw the appeal of it, because to me it's like this just looks like something that they're like, yeah, we can just like do whatever we want, like we don't have to like care when we put this stuff in and just print money basically. Spoopy season, also you never asked how was Adele. She's doing very well. She's doing very well. She's been finding new spots to sit and look out windows. Yeah, she's been doing decently well. I still haven't gotten any like massive updates on the shipment of her costume. It has shipped, but I'm assuming it's somewhere in the Pacific Ocean right now, from what I can tell. So we'll see. We'll see about it getting here in time. Still, I don't think they've updated the arrival dates any, unfortunately. Let's take her outside at all lately. We walked. We didn't. She didn't go out on her leash today. or on her harness today. I just kind of carried her around outside a little bit today. It was rainy, so it's kind of like, hey, look, here's rain. This is what it's like. But yeah, she wasn't on her leash or anything. I'll only put her on it if she's like okay with the harness going on. And the past couple days, she's been a bit more like, no, I don't want this, and it's like run away when I take it out and stuff. Don't trade your shinies with people you don't know. Definitely for the best. Definitely good advice right there. Someone wanted to trade you a legitimate shiny Scyther and use some. I tried to trade it back. They traded it with Metal Coat, so Scissor, and they declined. Why didn't they want it back then? What? What? That's crazy. I guess maybe they already had one or something. Maybe they quit the game. Maybe. That definitely could have happened. Here, level 999 on Festival Plaza 2. That on its own makes me kind of think maybe it's not a legit one. But I don't know. Maybe they're just like, I'm done with the game now. Everyone can have everything I've got. Who knows? Who knows? Clearly poured way too many hours into the game, so they might have had some spare shiny mods. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a thing. I've got a PC box in Sun that's just kind of like spare shinies. Like, oh, I found an extra few, you know? Let's start at level 55, but we can find them in the Pony Plains and had bad IVs and a bad nature. Alright, maybe. Maybe. Don't know why I know what gen that. I mean, maybe there's... I guess they could, like, duped it or something, right? Like, I don't know if that's any less effort than just, like, genning a brand new one. It's just like, hey, duplicate this Pokemon or something. I don't know. That was my theory there. Oh, you can't really guarantee it's legit. That's always my thing. Like, someone could just make it, like, their goal to make Pokemon that look really legit just because, like, why would you care? But they're shiny. You know, like, aside from the shininess, like, everything else looks legit. And it's like, if I didn't see it get caught, and basically, if I didn't catch it or receive it as, like, a mystery gift, like, I don't trust it to be legit. But again, yeah, that could be wrong. I'm totally wrong about that. That's just always been my kind of way of thinking about it. It's like, probably not legit, you know? Not gonna use it, but you're not gonna get rid of it. Just not get rid of someone's potential work. That's fair. I think that's fair. If I ever received a shiny from Wonder Trade, which I haven't ever done Wonder Trade, so like hasn't come up. For me, I would, yeah, if I got a shiny from it, I'd be like, oh cool, and like I wouldn't release it, but I'd always just kind of like have it stashed away in a place I never counted in any of my like shiny counts or anything like that. It would just kind of exist. Unless it was just like truly clearly faked or something, you know? Release the hack shiny Fion. I mean, yeah, like if it's legitimately just like clear, then yeah, but like, and even if it was like legit looking, if I didn't see it and I don't know the person, it's like, yeah, I don't trust it. You also get a Gen Shiny Jirachi and a Gen Shiny Kelio, and a Gen Shaman. And it transfers them all, as well as the Gen Bisharp. Yeah, so sorry again, guys, for being a little bit more out of it and a little bit quieter today in general, but I'll be making sure I get a good amount of sleep tonight and like prep properly for tomorrow so that we're all good and like I'm energized and everything. Shimon was the only one listed that was not shiny. Oh, I see. Okay. So even the Bisharp was shiny. Got a hacked level 100 Dracovish that was holding a Master Ball. Seems legit. That one I believe that's legit. Only people to trust was your friend who, you know, hunted. That's fair. That's totally fair. Like, I know, like, I could trust a lot of my friends just because either they care enough about the game not to gen, or they don't care about the game enough to gen. It's one of no worries. You had a crazy work day and a weekend too, so you're out of it right now. Almost half we said over Palkia. That would have been awful, man. That would have been awful. Yeah, I don't know. I just like I felt like I was gonna be good for the stream. I think it's a little bit of a food coma. Yeah, but you know, I gotta get used to the stream times and the stream schedule and everything, and you know, really lock it down so we can like have a really good schedule going into BDSP. Only have one friend that plays Pokemon and Shiny Hunts. Yeah, none of like my IRL friends Shiny Hunt. At least regularly. I think like Mel is the only one I know like IRL that I can think of right now that like Shiny Hunts regularly. Everyone else I know that Shiny Hunts I've met because I stream Shiny Hunting. His Shiny Hunts he joins random people's raids and raid dens and Sword and Shields, hope they're shiny. Found a legit Dunsparce in the wild. Hey, that's nice. But yeah, I don't know a lot of people IRL that Shiny Hunt. So I didn't have an issue accepting a friend's gift of a shiny Zora and Oras, I think it was. Just because you knew they would have already had some stuff. Want us Dunsparce, you need it, but you have nothing to trade for it. Find another shiny Dunsparce, trade him with that. I think that'll work. Why did you trade for a shiny you already had? I mean, that's just got to be one way to make sure he'd be okay with the trade. It's an extremely good idea. Exactly, right? No one would trade you to complete the deck, so you chain fish, so your friend asked, what you've been hunting with no charm. Ah, I see. Hey, what is going on? Trying to read the name, but welcome to the stream. Ended up here because you were way into your YouTube on your phone. Well, welcome. Hope you've been having a good day. I'm glad to have you here. The font is very tiny on my computer screen, so I cannot read the fancy font. But welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Been working on your sim decks a bit. Nice. I need to get back into working on my X and Y stuff. I haven't worked on it since I moved. Like, I got really into a flow of working on it before I moved, and now that I'm here, I haven't. I haven't set up any of my 3DS stuff, you know, like any of the charges or anything outside of the one for the cap card. Zora at the beginning of the route, you believe? What do you mean by that? 51% of the decks. That's not bad. Over halfway. Yeah, I forget where I'm at, like, with my... Like, in terms of looking at my, Gen 6 decks. I forget where exactly I'm at, percentage-wise or anything, but... I was making good progress on it for, like, the week or two that I was doing it regularly. Think you might join your friend in Overwatch if you type in chat. It's either because A, you got mad at Overwatch, or Overwatch got boring too fast. Alright, very fair, very fair. Have fun with it, gamers. I know for me it would be the first one. Type B without the dot and it decided to make it an emoji. I think it's fitting somehow. When you first go on when you start the game in ORAS after completing the story. I believe so. I believe so, yeah. That sounds right. That sounds right. And also, thank you to everyone for all the likes on the stream. I really appreciate it. We passed 10 likes, which is fantastic. Really, really helps out, so I really do appreciate that. You ever type an emoji, either YouTube messed it up or your account got hacked? Alright, I'll try to remember that. I'm gonna go now. Alright, see you later, gamers. Thanks for tuning into the stream, man. Good luck with Overwatch, and hope to see you again soon. Putting on mute. Alright. I gotta go. Alright, see you later. Happy Frog. Thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you again soon. Over here is quite exquisitely tired. Very much so. Very much so. Every yawn makes me consider more and more just saying good night, guys. Yeah, because like I could end now, but it's like no, I want to go to the end of the hour, but 15 minutes is a long time. Some people did emojis back then. It is. But I don't know. There's a different feel to it. There's a different feel to emojis when like it's like actual emoticons, right? Where you're like typing it out, right? Like I don't think every emoji needs to like auto-complete into an emoji. Do it, and believe me, I can end stream. I can do it. Goodbye. No. It's like, you're right. I can do it. I can end stream. Boop. Go to bed. Conflicting ideas in chat here. Oh yeah. So guys, I got new shoes today. I ordered these a lot. So I usually wear Converse just because like I like them, and like in my car and when racing, like the super hard but relatively thin sole is really nice. And I've been wearing the same pair for like 4 years. Like I got them in college and they lasted an entire year of college, and then they lasted after college. They lasted for a long time because I wasn't going anywhere, right? And then like, you know, pandemic and everything. Like in the office, you don't really wear shoes out too much, and then like pandemic, I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed inside, you know, so I didn't wear my shoes out at all. They finally gave way a couple months ago, so like, you know, they lasted a long time. So I got new ones, but like they took a while to ship because I got them custom colored, and it matches the stream, and I love them. Like, look at this. Look at it. It's the stream colors. I was very excited I was able to do this. Converse's like color configurator is a little bit iffy on like allowing certain colors together, just because like for some reason it's not like a here's the one like high top shoe, put whatever you want on it. It's like here's this high top shoe that has these combinations of colors, and then here's another high top shoe with a different combination of colors. But yo, like these are so cool, right? Yeah, like it like matches like the tan on the stream. It's got the orange, it's got the light blue, and it's got like the navy blue. I thought it was pretty dope. Yeah, so I got 2 pairs. I got one to be like my normal, just like shoes, and then I got another pair that's gonna be like my karting shoes, just because I wanted something. I wanted something for karting. I've been wearing like just normal like sneakers the past couple weeks, just because my other shoes had. My Converse fell apart when I was leaving my apartment to go race. I was like, this is no good. So I should not wear these, because literally the sole just fell off of them because they were like over 4 years old. I was like, that's no good. So I ordered these, but because they were custom, they'd like take time to ship and everything. Or Converse All-Star ones, nice. Yeah, those are just like the like Converse like Chuck Taylor 70s or whatever they're called. Yeah, they've got the All-Star logo on them. But yeah, I got them like logoless on the front. I don't know, I really like them. I'm very excited for these. It's like the first new shoes I've bought since college. Yeah, so I was nerding out a little bit about those just because they're like custom made. They match the stream. Such a big fan of Destiny 2. You bought a 3-pack of their socks on Pungent's website. Nice. I have a few pairs of like Pokemon socks, but I'm starting to wear through them just because I wear them so often. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I've had those Converse since like junior year of college, if not even a little bit earlier. I don't know. Like, yeah, like it's been like nearly 4 years, if not more than 4 years, since I got those. It's kind of crazy. Because yeah, I was just kind of like mentally thinking there for a second. I was like, all right, when did I get these? Like, when did I get them? Like when did I have what shoes and stuff? Your mom have a running joke about Super Monkey Ball because of the fact that Target has 18 copies of it for Switch, so she says she's gonna get it for you for your birthday or Christmas. Why not both? 18 copies is enough to get multiple. Their one pair from college is still kicking. They're almost 5 years old, but you don't think they'll last much longer. Yeah, they start to go out. I don't know if I think they wear out differently for everyone, but just the way I step, I lift my heel up really high and just right on the ball of my foot and my toes and nothing else, and really bend the shoes. So for me with Converse, the multiple pair that I've had now have all given way at the same point where kind of the rubber that holds the sole on just starts to break away, and you can see I'll hold right next to right next to the ball of my foot, and eventually it gives away from there, and from there the sole starts falling apart. Whenever we go to the games, there's how about you get Super Monkey Ball instead of the game you won? We both started dying of laughter. That's nice. That's nice that you guys have jokes like that and stuff. Gotta get new ones, but can't afford it right now. I gotcha. Why does it have 18 copies and they're charging 30? Like charging $30 for like the games they have? I'm surprised. Is Super Monkey Ball like the Switch version's 30? That's not bad. Is it just a cheaper game in general? Like they put them on clearance already, maybe they put it on clearance already, maybe they would be bought. But this is like Switch Super Monkey Ball, right? That like just came out, didn't it? There's a new one coming out. Okay. Okay. I thought that was like the new one. I was like, because I could have sworn like one just came out or something. Like, it wouldn't make sense to put it on clearance. It just came out. That'd be, I think, like the fastest a game's been considered a failure. Wii's counterpart was better. Gotcha. Gotcha. I feel like I should try out a Super Monkey Ball game at some point. I was watching someone play it the other day, and I was like, oh, that does look kind of fun. So, it's a game to try at some point. This happened with Watch Dogs Legion. It went on clearance a week after it came out. Dang. Dang. Yeah, I mean, I did say like, oh, I don't know any other games that would have done that, but yeah, there are a few. I think most of the ones that I immediately think of are games that like were so bad that like they got pulled from app stores, kind of bad, or from like you know, like online shops, and like stores themselves were like just unable to get rid, like Cyberpunk or like No Man's Sky, you know, stuff like that you just had so many issues that it's like, yeah, like, you know, Steam redid their entire refund policy because of No Man's Sky kind of levels of like bad. So it's pre-order the $70 version of it. Oh no! Yeah, so when did Legion come out? Was Legion the most recent one? So I remember like Watch Dogs came out. The original Watch Dogs came out, and that was very poorly received because it was such a downgrade from the initial like gameplay trailer. Like it was a game that looked phenomenal in that first trailer and promised a lot, and everyone kind of bought into it. Or I think what a lot of it was is like people weren't buying into it a whole lot. They were like, "This doesn't look right." Like there's no way you're getting like a 360 and a PS3 to do this or whatever it came out on initially. Like there's no way you're getting the consoles to run like this. And then like it turns out the game was running poorly because like removing all the code that was supposed to optimize it somehow made it faster on certain things. Sad boy Caleb, rip. Okay, yeah, so Legions was the newest one. Because, yeah, I remember the first Watch Dogs was a super serious kind of game. It was just very poorly received because it overpromised in the trailers. But then, like, Watch Dogs 2 was a complete 180 in tone and was really well received and all this stuff. Yeah, so I didn't know where Legions fell in that. Because I knew 2 was a while ago at this point. Watch Dogs 2 is amazing. Yeah, I've heard really good things about Watch Dogs 2. stayed up until it released. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, I mean, I feel that. I did that with Call of Duty Ghosts. I did that with Ghosts, and that was a very unfortunate pre-order for me. Did the same with Cold War. Aw, man. So, like, I played the Cold War beta. It's not... It has its flaws. It definitely has flaws. I think I've talked about them on stream before. The fact that, like, the score streaks are no longer really streaks. They're just, like, once your score hits this, you get this item. And, like, at least in the demo and the beta, like, basically everyone got their UAVs at the same time. Then everyone got their, like, mortar strikes at the same time. And then everyone got their choppers at the same time. And so there's just, like, times in battle that those showed up was basically all it turned into, which was kind of a little bit boring. But aside from that, it just wasn't different enough for Modern Warfare 2019 for me to, like, justify it, especially as someone who doesn't play zombies, you know. Now the full collector's packages for Ghost, ooh, it was objectively not worth it. RIP. Yeah, no, I remember, like, years later, I was in a GameStop talking, and like, the guy was like, oh, yeah, any pre-orders you're interested in? I'm like, yeah, the last thing I pre-ordered was Call of Duty Ghosts. And he went, yeah, no, I won't put it. He's like, yeah. He was like, oh, I feel bad for you. I was like, yeah, so I don't pre-order anymore. Because, like, that was, like, the first game, that was, like, the second game I pre-ordered. Because I had pre-ordered Halo 4, like, the year before, and did the whole midnight release thing with that. That was fun. That was fun. I enjoyed Halo 4 for what it was. Having that, like, it being, like, a very quick, tiny, event-y kind of campaign wasn't very fun, but the multiplayer was good. I had some good memories of multiplayer on that, playing with friends in high school. Yeah, so, like, Ghosts, I just remember, like, it was the first time I played a game, and it's just like, oh, I don't like this. This is what not liking a game feels like. Like, I genuinely played it for a while, going, like, why does this just feel, like, not fun? Why is it, what's wrong with, like, what's wrong, what's going on, like, what's throwing me off? I'm like, oh, I just don't like the game. The game's bad. That was the first time I realized, like, oh, I can be critical of a game. I also had issues, I think I mentioned on stream relatively recently even. I have, just straight up could not beat the campaign on Veteran because of some of the quick time events in Ghosts. I'm left-handed, and it's literally impossible as a lefty to beat a couple of those quick time events on Veteran, it turns out. Because I remember looking it up back in the day, like, when I was initially struggling with one of the quick time events, I was like, I can't beat this, like, on Veteran, and, like, I saw plenty of people online also saying, like, I can't explain it. I don't know why, but I can't, and, like, no one can find out a reason, but I'm pretty sure it's because, you know, people are left-handed, and you just couldn't hit the button fast enough as a lefty, because, like, you know, like, when you're holding an Xbox controller, I don't have an Xbox controller, so I'm gonna hold, you know, the Switch Pro controller, but, like, my left thumb is over here. It like taps a couple buttons, but it's never, like, doing anything rapid, where, like, my right hand's the one that's used to, like, hitting all these buttons, but my right hand's not my dominant hand, so it can't, like, rapid fire fast enough on this. So I was, like, trying this, or just, like, giving up and mashing it like that. None of it worked. Took the Xbox to my friend's house, he beat it first try. Rest of a month, it was just miserable to play, yeah. Yo, Captain Doge, welcome to the stream. You got a Mega Charizard EX card? Your friend gave it to you, said you can keep it for 1 week. Oh, that's awesome. It sounds like a cool card. Yeah, I just realized after a month it was just objectively miserable to play. Yeah, it was one of the few games I actually considered, like, selling to GameStop. But I was 17 at the time, so, like, I couldn't get real money. And I wanted to buy a phone. I was like, never mind, I'll just take it then. Like, they had rung up everything, and they're like, oh, how do you, like, you want the credits? Like, no, I want the cash. Like, are you 18? I'm like, no. Like, can't do that. I was like, all right. And I just picked up my games and walked out. It's like, no, I can't buy a phone here. So, no. Really spent $130+ on garbage last year. Last year games this year hopefully will be different. Yeah, you just got to be careful with it. That's generally why pre-ordering is not the best thing. Yeah, I tend to avoid getting games on the night they come out, or, like, pre-ordering unless, like, I'm 100% going in expecting it to be bad. Like, I bought Cyberpunk and preloaded it just because I was like, I haven't followed any of the hype for years. Let's see what this game's like. and then it was a buggy mess. I knew it was going to be a buggy mess. I actually was in a Discord server with one of like the QA testers for it, and like as soon as it started dropping places, they're like, don't do this, don't do this, this breaks it. I'm like, okay, good to know. Horizon 5 Vanguard BDSP will redeem your spending for the last year, so you call yourself Caleb the garbage collector from last year. You built up a reputation for yourself. Alright, well, it is now 9 o'clock my time. I am quite sleepy as I have been for like the past hour of stream. Unfortunately, we haven't found a Dratini yet. I'll see if I come back to Dratini tomorrow. We might start doing some other Halloween-themed hunts. But either way we go. Thank you guys so much for being here for the stream. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up and hop off. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate all you guys coming in and tuning into the stream. I'll be back again tomorrow, hopefully more well-rested and everything. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. Hope to see you guys again next time. And until then, take care.